What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to another episode of Stacking Stacks. Danny McSquare here, and in this episode, what the hell's going on out there? Volatility, the new normal, COVID crazies, what's going on? So we're going to talk about kind of all this right now. Just to introduce real quick, I've got a couple ounces of platinum, 3/9 fine with a 5 in there. I've got my 10-ounce maple leafs that stack pretty nicely. This is basically a kilo sitting right here. I've got a 1-ouncer that I'm really fond of. For some reason, I just like this one, and it's a beautiful coin. It's in great condition. And then I have a 1-ounce gold bar. How fantastic is that? So, what's going on right now? So, it's important to note kind of what price is and what's going on. So as of today, as of right now at the recording time of this video, the platinum ask price is $9.14. Silver currently sits at $27.35. And gold is at $1,946.30. Not very long ago, and this is just as a point of reference, the last time I purchased anything precious metals related was over a month ago. And I want to kind of slide this in here. July 18th, basically 1 month ago, silver was at $19.30, and I was able to get a handful of bullion coins for $2 above spot. $2 above spot back then. Look at where spot is now. To my surprise, premiums are still pretty high, especially on silver. Now, I just looked at my LCS, their website. They are selling silver for anywhere from $3 to $8 above spot, which is, it's kind of extreme, but they're actually one of the good ones. They're selling these for about a $35, $40 premium. Actually, no, that's their buy. They're selling these for about $65 above spot. And then they're actually selling gold bars for only a little bit. I think it's something like $15, $20 above spot for a gold bar, which is actually not very bad. So what I would recommend, obviously, is kind of a theme, is to do your research, find multiple websites. I'm a little upset, actually. Our friends at JM Bullion, their premiums have gone up. And they no longer have the $99 free shipping. They require you to go up to $199 for free shipping, which I'm struggling to understand why the premiums are so high, because the price, right? So it was not very long ago that silver was at basically $13 an ounce, $14 an ounce, $15 an ounce, and it lived there for months. So at that time, you know, $5 premium, whatever, right? I guess I can respect that. But I remember back in the day, my LCS would sell buffaloes for $1 above spot, and maple leafs for $2.25, $2.50, and eagles for like $3.50 above spot, $3.50 above spot. And before the end of the world, silver was holding firm at 18 and change. Look at where it is now. Before COVID, silver was at $18 and change an ounce, holding steady. That's basically where it was for the first few months of the year. And you could get silver for, you know, a reasonable premium on top of that spot price. So a couple of things here, right? Which is the better buy? What should you do? What market trends are going to happen? In general, I believe that now is the time to hold, or if you absolutely must, to sell. It's a decent time to sell, especially gold, because it's kind of near its all-time high, okay? And in general, if you bought a lot of silver at $18 an ounce or less, and you need to sell it, this is not a bad spot price. Also, keep in mind that a lot of times you're actually going to get a bit of a premium. So the LCS that I'm referencing, they're buying gold bars for slightly under spot. They are buying silver for usually a couple dollars above spot. depending on what you're selling. And then they are buying platinum for about $30 above spot. So this is a Queen's Beast here. Here's the Queen. Here's the Beast. They are going to buy this from me if I wanted to sell it for about $30 above spot, which really isn't too bad. But, and I remember it was a couple of weeks ago, platinum was up above $1,000. And I was like, all right, here we go. Platinum's going to get back up, going to be $1,100, $1,200 maybe, you know, and now it's pedaling back down $900. Platinum to me is like that straight A college kid that took a semester off to go find himself and is now back in school at community college getting a C- average, right? Because it was a while ago, but platinum was more expensive than gold. Platinum was more expensive than gold. Now it's a 2-to-1 ratio. Speaking of ratios, silver has caught up a little bit. It used to be a 100-to-1 ratio. You used to have to own 100 ounces of silver to have the equivalent of 1 ounce of gold. That ratio is closer to 70-to-1, 71-to-1 basically. So if you own a good amount of silver, you could trade it up to get some gold. I don't recommend that. Again, I recommend holding it. Find a safe place, hold it, maybe take it out, admire it. These are really fun to stack. But I don't recommend selling, again, unless you have to, right? If your roof caves in or something crazy happens, it's an okay time to sell, right? It's a much better time to sell now than it was 4 months ago. But I also, I have some goals with my stack and I sort of can't accomplish them right now because I don't want to pay 32, 33, 34 bucks an ounce, right? Like I don't want to pay 34 bucks for this coin. I don't. It's a nice coin and this individual one is in great shape, but I'm not paying 32 to 34 bucks for this coin. I'm just not. And I am very surprised and disappointed that the dealers have not lowered their premiums on existing inventory that they were able to purchase at a much lower rate, right? So spot has gone up. There should be some silver that could be had for 29 bucks an ounce, right? Maybe it's not an eagle, okay? But you should be able to buy silver rounds for not more than $1 and change above spot. By the way, wanted to give a little personal announcement, right? Like and subscribe to the channel, please. Please, please, please smash that like button. Subscribe so that you know when new videos are coming out. Check out the old ones as well. And let me know in the comments what you think, what topics you want to see, and what are you doing with your stack? Do you own any platinum? Do you own any silver, gold? Do you own any palladium? If you do, you're very lucky. Do you possibly own any rhodium? Man, if you own rhodium right now, forget about it. By the way, these spot prices are courtesy of our friends at Kitco. They don't sponsor the show or anything, but they are a good resource for spot pricing. So if you're ever curious what the price is, you literally just go to kitco.com and they have all the metal quotes right there. There are plenty of sites that have spot pricing. I believe that Kitco is kind of the gold standard for that type of information. They also have all the different markets like the S&P, the Nikkei index, all the different indices. So it's a good barometer on what the economy is doing. Really not the economy, but the market. As a lot of people have unfortunately found out, this year, the economy does not equal, and it never did. The economy never really equaled the market, but it was at least an indicator, right? Right now, you got people out of work, you got people that are hurting, and the stock market is hitting all-time highs. That's a good reason to make sure you have and hold on to stuff like this, because I feel like a second stock market crash could be coming. And if and when that does, this stuff is even more valuable. The one thing about that, though, is that this year when the market crashed, I had never seen it happen before. Usually when the market crashes, precious metals go up. But this year, they both crashed. And it's because everyone sold their electronic funds or whatever. Because you could go to some website and buy a mutual fund of gold and silver, and it's in theory yours, but you just don't have the physical metal in your person, in your possession, which I just don't believe in. Right? That's why I have mutual funds. I don't own whatever. It's not in my possession, but I own mutual funds. This I want to own physically. Let me know in the comments what you think. Are you bullish on platinum? I mean, I'm kind of down on it. I mean, I bought these two, and if I sold them right now, I'd make a little bit. I would have made a lot more when this was $1,000 because my LCS was buying them for almost 1,100 at that time. But you know, it's a long-term play. I do not recommend getting involved in precious metals as a short-term fix-it thing. I'm obsessed with buy low, sell high, but I'm also not using this as a get-rich-quick scheme. So my resistance to buy now is simply because I have this ingrained in me of it's an investment. I want to buy low and sell high, but I'm also not looking at it as a short-term, and it's really actually not an investment. When I buy this, I put it away. It's a savings account. It's like converting paper money, American currency, into an additional savings account that grows and fluctuates on its own. And right now, I'm up. I'm up on this. I'm up on this a little bit. And I'm up on this too. So let me know in the comments what you think. What are you buying? Are you buying? It's not a great time to buy, I don't think. But that's the other thing. Like, I'm wired a certain way to buy low, sell high, right? And I if I had to, I would sell. I'm trying not to buy and pay $32-$34 for a silver coin. But you can look at it from a different view. You can look at it as, especially with the big bad gold, that there is never a bad time to buy. There's never a bad time to buy gold. When you get it, it's yours. It's an ounce of gold. You've got it. It's in your name. And you have it. You have it forever. And it appreciates, and it's gold, and it's the best investment in the world, right? So there's kind of two schools of thought to that. I would love to get into some more gold. I would love to get a gold buffalo. I'd love to get the 3/4 ounce JFK coin. That's a phenomenal coin. But I just know where spot was when I bought gold, and I it's almost like inflating or devaluing your profit margin, if you will. So I'm going to try to be as disciplined as I can. I've got some numbers internally, like I don't want to buy more platinum unless it gets to 700, preferably 600. But if that happens, I think we might actually have bigger problems. I want silver to get back down to 20 or below for me to buy again, maybe 21, especially if I can get a good deal on a premium, right? So like if I could get, if spot dropped down to like $21 an ounce and I could get eagles for 23, 24, I would do it. But that's just not realistic. It really isn't. I wish it was. It doesn't seem that unrealistic, but it is. And then with gold, me personally, I'm not trying to buy at $1,940 right now. Like my LCS has a deal on Krugerrands for basically $65 above spot. That's not terrible, except for where spot is, right? If spot was back down to $15 an ounce, I might buy 2 of them or 3 of them, but it's just not realistic. But just because something isn't realistic today doesn't mean it's not going to be realistic in 9 months or 18 months. That's why I don't want to blow my load on a bunch of silver and gold right now, because I do feel like better days are coming as far as buying. And one final thought, I know that in a couple of videos I have said that I believe that ultimately silver will settle in the mid-20 range and then the days of 12, 13, $14 an ounce are gone. I don't think we're there yet. I understand where we're at today, but I do believe that this will go down at some point in the next couple of years back to maybe not where it was when COVID first hit, but maybe the pre-COVID where it was holding steady at $18 an ounce. If and when that happens, I will go all in and buy a bunch of silver. But until then, let me know what you think in the comments. Smash that like button, please. Trying to grow an organic YouTube channel, no ads or anything like that. Not trying to make money, just trying to have fun, educate where I can, take feedback, both positive and positive. This is the Danny McSquare Show. Stacking Stacks with Danny McSquare. Peace.